Okay, good morning. Sige, antayin na natin iba mag-join. Pero mga 5 minutes start tayo. Okay. Antayin lang natin sila.
Mathematics, you'll see actually a lot of this.
Regression analysis. Regression analysis is a technique that helps us to analyze relationships between variables to Regression analysis. Regression analysis is a technique that helps us to analyze relationships between variables to better understand the world around us. Variables are items of data that describe an attribute or characteristic of an object or participant. They can be categorical, placing objects or participants into discrete groups, or continuous, placing an object or participant somewhere on a scale according to a specific attribute. In data analysis, variables can be assigned as predictors, also known as independent variables, or outcomes, also called dependent variables. There are many applications for regression analysis. Within longitudinal studies, we can examine how early life circumstances or characteristics relate to outcomes in adulthood, middle age, or later life. For example, we may want to see whether there is a clear relationship between people's academic performance at school and their life satisfaction in middle age. Using a scatter diagram, we can plot the life satisfaction score of individuals in our sample against their average academic achievement. We can see that there is a pattern. But can we say how much more satisfied with life people can expect to be if they averaged 1 grade point higher at school? How about if they averaged half a grade point lower? We can summarize the data on the graph by drawing a line roughly through the middle of all the data points. This is the regression line, and we can use it to estimate or model the relationship between our independent and dependent variables. From this model, we can predict that someone who had a grade point average of 2.5 would approximate a life satisfaction score of 7.6 out of 10. This is around 0.8 lower on average than someone with a GPA of 3.5, whose life satisfaction score would be around 8.4. It is important to remember that the line is just an estimation and will not predict the outcome perfectly. One of the advantages of regression analysis is that this simple model can be extended to include more and more independent variables. This is important as it allows us to adjust for variables such as confounders. Confounding variables are related to both the independent and the dependent variable, but are not an intermediate factor on the pathway between them. For example, we might suspect that sex confounds the relationship between academic performance at school and life satisfaction in middle age, because girls achieve better academic results than boys, and women also report higher life satisfaction than men. With regression analysis, we can simply add a variable for sex to our model. After controlling for sex, the estimated association between academic performance and life satisfaction in middle age is weaker. You can continue adding more and more variables to regression models. Regression models are therefore a powerful statistical method for understanding the relationship between variables. To learn more about regression and how it can be performed in different software packages, check out our guidance and suggestions for
Okay, so good morning. Ayan. So, kamusta naman po? Ayan. Okay, so nakikita naman yung screen ko, no, ng maayos. Yan. Okay, so today we gonna start our discussion for another types for supervised learning. Okay, so last time, so we have the classifications for supervised learning. So sabi natin for supervised learning is more on kung ano yung tinuro sa atin, yun din yung gagamit. Yun din yung matutunan natin to be exact. Then, ang purpose lang ng for supervised learning or the machine learning itself is to provide predictions. Diba? So, yung discuss natin prior, diba sabi, for the machine learning, so bibigyan lang naman tayo ng mga certain content, so bibigyan tayo ng mga certain data, pero yung data na yon gagamitin natin, is up to us. Kasi more on, sabi nga natin, for the machine learning, more on the prediction itself. Diba? Pwedeng accurate yung maging prediction, pwedeng medyo malapit or pwedeng medyo malayo, 'di ba? So depende daw 'yun sa mga data sets na gagamitin natin. Okay? So ngayon, ang gagawin naman natin more on about the regression type. So last time we do the decision tree making or yung sa classification. So gumamit tayo ng decision tree. Ang purpose ng division tree is parang ano lang din naman. Decision tree, I mean, is yung paggamit ng divide and conquer na algorithm, which is yung one bigger problem, i-divide natin into two. Then, check natin kung pwede pang mahati into different sub-problems, yung sub-problems natin. Diba? Tapos, saka tayo gagawa ng decision at pagsasamahin natin. Divide, hati-hatiin yung main problem into a specific problem. And check natin kung meron pa siyang yung sub-problem, pwede pa siya ma-divide into sub-problem. Then, after that sub-problem, i-check natin kung yung bawat problem ba should be answerable by a yes or no, or answerable ba siya ng true or false. Then, tsaka natin sila i-combine or i-join, yung tinatawag naman na conquer. Diba? So, pag-desisyon na natin doon sa sub-problem natin, i-check natin kung pwede ba siyang, kung pwede na siyang pagsamahin or hindi pa. Okay? Kaya last time, di ba, pinagawa ko sa inyo yung assignment natin for the fruits, di ba? We have certain fruits, magbibigay tayo ng new set of data. Nagbigay ako ng round, red, so ganyan. So i-determine natin kung saan siya papasok, kung sa apple ba siya or dun sa oranges. Di ba? So we have the set of data, tapos meron tayong mga new set of data. Then i-check natin kung saan bilong or saan classification mapupunta yung new set of data natin. So mas maganda daw gamitin for the decision tree. Okay? So today we're going to discuss all about regressions. So technically regression, pamilyar na kayo sa term na regression. So check lang naman natin kung may kinalaman ba yung isang variable to another variable. Okay, kung aangat ba isang variable, sasabihin ba aangat ng isa or magsusustain lang sila in the middle or masyado mataas or masyado siyang pababa. So dito, may competition tayo pero mas padadaliin lang natin siya. Dahil ito tayo naka-online lang naman tayo for today. So mas padadaliin lang natin yung pagko-compute ng regressions. So isang requirement lang naman natin for today discussion, gagamit lang tayo ng Excel. May manual tayo dito just to simply na ipakita lang natin kung paano na-compute or kung paano nakukuha yung mga sagot natin. Okay, then later on, di-double check lang natin kung tama siya sa pamamagitan ng Microsoft Excel. Okay? So para at least hindi na kayo mahirapang mag-compute. So may manual. So may basic lang naman tayo na gagamitin dito, which is additions and multiplication. And we have a certain divisions. So yun lang ang gagamitin natin. Then later on, gagamit na tayo ng Microsoft Excel to test and to see the correlations. Kung may kinalaman ba yung isa't isa, then check natin kung yung value ba natin ay tumataas or bumababa. Okay? So yun about the regression itself. Okay? So later on, bibigay ko naman in steps kung paano gamitin for the Microsoft Excel para mabilis natin ma-solve yung mga bagay-bagay. Okay? Okay, so let's define the scatter plots and the correlation. So scatter plot or the scatter diagram is used to show the relationship between two variables. So sabi nga natin kung may kinalaman ba, for example, sabi natin kung may kinalaman ba ang gender in terms of kung sino yung mas mataas ang grade or mas mababa. Okay? So that is task correlation naman, i-check natin to measure strength of the association between two variables. Okay, so only concerned with the strength of the relationship, no causal effect is applied. So scatter diagram, so doon lang natin kikita per plotting. Okay, kung masyado ba magkakalapit, kung kaya natin tawag siyang scattered, kalat-kalat. Okay, yung mga value. Then in correlation, check lang natin kung meron bang kinalaman yung isa't isa dun sa variable natin. Kung umangat ba yung isa, bababa ba yung isa, or naka-stable lang tayo. Okay? So ito yung mga sample ng scatter plot natin. So meron tayong linear. So mapapansin nyo, linear medyo pa-straight na yung content ng ating scatter diagram or ng scatter plot. Then we have the curvilinear relationships. As you can see naman, medyo naka-curve yung ating contents. Okay? So we're gonna focus now on the linear relationship. Okay? Yeah. So we have the strong relationships. As you can see, pag masyadong, pag sinabing strong relationship is medyo magkakalapit or dikit na yung mga content natin. Yeah, for the strong relationship. Then for the weak relationship, so nakikita nyo na is medyo kalat-kalat or nakascattered. Ito naman scattered din naman siya, pero more on na-compact. Okay? So yun identification natin for a strong and weak relationship. Okay? Then yan, no relationship at all. Okay, so parang walang kinalaman yung variable x kay variable y and vice versa. Okay? Yeah. So correlation coefficient. Correlation measure the strength of the linear association between two variables. The sample correlation coefficient R is measure of the strength of the linear relationship between variables based on your sample observation. Siyempre, may sample tayo kung meron tayong dependent and independent variable. So para malaman natin kung may relationship sila, we're gonna use the coefficient R. Okay. So alam ko pamilyar na kayo dito, nagagawa niyo na sa statistics, ayan. Pero ngayon gagamitin natin siya pero more on the Excel function. Okay, kung paano, actually may statistical content din naman data mining pero machine learning. So pero gagamit na lang tayo ng Microsoft Excel para mas mabilis lang yung computations. Okay? Pero magsa-sample, magma-manual muna tayo para makita lang natin kung saan ba nanggaling yung mga variables. Okay? So what are the features of R or the relations? We have the unit P, ranges between -1 and 1. So the closer to -1, the stronger the negative linear relationship. The closer to +1, the stronger the positive relationship. And kapag closer to 0, the weaker the linear relationship. O pag sinabi natin, pag naging 0 siya, parang tendency, no relation at all. Okay, so parang ganun yung content eh. So +1 means positive strong relationship. Then kapag -1 means strong negative relationship. Pero pag closer to 0 means no relationship at all. Okay. So ito example of approximate value. So we have R -1. Yan. Then R -0.6. So negative means a strong negative relationship. Pag R is equivalent to 0 or closer to 0 means no relationship at all. So makikita nyo medyo malayo. Pag +3, yan, strong positive relation. Then we have +1 means strong relations. Okay? Yun lang ha. Pag negative means strong relationship. Ang pagpapansin nyo medyo pababa yung content natin for the negative. Siyempre for positive naman pataas. Yan, as you can see naman doon sa diagram content natin. Then pag 0, ayan medyo nasa sila in line with variable x or sabihin natin naka-horizontal content. Pag ang value natin is almost 0, means no relationship at all. Walang kinalaman si variable x sa nagaganap kay variable y. Okay? So yun yung mga correlations natin. Ay yung tatandaan natin for the yung tatlo lang yung value, -1, +1, and 0. So check nyo kung negative, edi strong negative. Pag positive, strong positive. So yun lang naman ang conclusion dun eh. Strong positive, strong negative, or no relationship at all. Then ito yung formula na gagamitin natin for calculating correlation coefficients. Screenshot. So alam mo naman na ano yun na to sa inyong statistics. Saan na ba kasi sa stat nyo? Nandito na ba kayo sa stats? So alam ko medyo familiar na kayo dyan. Okay, pero i-rundown lang natin siya pero using Microsoft Excel. Okay, so sinend ko sa chat box tong formula. Okay, so summation of quantity x over minus xy times over this square root of summation. Yan. So where R is the sample correlation coefficients, N is the sample size, X is the value of the independent variable, Y is the value of the dependent variable. So how can you determine the dependent and independent variables? Okay? So kailangan lang naman natin ma-specify excuse me. So kailangan lang naman natin ma-specify kung alin ba yung positive, negative, ano ba yung mga dependent and independent. So pag sinabi natin dependent variable, ito yung main factor. So the dependent variable, or also known as the criterion value, is the main factor you are trying to understand and predict. So independent, ito yung mga ipipredict natin. Okay? So pag sinabi naman natin independent are the factors that might influence the dependent variable. Okay, mga independent, ito yung check natin kung kung mag-i-influence ba siya dun sa value ng dependent variable. Okay? So for example, so we have the dependent and independent variable. So normally x is identified as our independent variable. So okay, so our x value will determine as your independent variable. Okay? X is independent variable and Y is the dependent variable. Okay, so dependent and independent variable. So syempre, naging independent ang variable X. So syempre, malalaman naman natin yung diameter na ng trunk natin. So depende sa height ng puno. Kasi naging dependent. Okay? So ngayon, so para makuha natin or para makompute natin yung mga formula na to, ayan. So i-manual muna natin siya. So i-manual muna natin. So pag manual natin, so we have the variable x, we have the variable y. Then so para makuha natin yung mga equation content dito, we have xy, we have x squared, we have the y squared, then yung mga summation content. So syempre, i-ano muna natin siya. Syempre, kunin lang naman natin yung variable, di ba? So syempre, copy na natin to para mabilis. Control C. So para hindi na kayo mahirapan, di ba? So sa Excel na lang tayo pumunta. Okay, so para makuha lang natin yung mga equation content natin, so kunin ko muna yung formula. So kunin natin yung formula. So ito yung ating mga formula, di ba? So we have the summation. So we have the summation value. So insert symbol na lang tayo. Symbols. So we have the summation. So kunin daw muna natin yung variable ni xy. So variable ni y squared, then kukunin natin yung variable ni x squared. Okay, yung mga summation value natin. So x times y, so we have variable x lang, times natin sa variable y. So yan. So ibig sabihin, then y squared. So si variable a. Yan. Then we have the x squared. So x squared. So 8 raised to 2. So yan. So kunin na natin yung variable ni xy. So that is x times y. We have, so syempre kukunin natin dito xy. So we have xy. Then we have yung x squared. Then we have the y squared. Yeah. So inisa-isa lang natin yung mga value content na meron tayo dun sa formula. Kasi makita naman natin. So ito yung equivalent natin. So ito na yung formula natin, di ba? So kunin natin yung summation ni xy. Yeah, so we have the summation of xy. We have the summation of x. Ito, summation of x. We have the summation of y. We have the summation of y. Then we have the x squared. So kunin natin daw si x squared. Then we have the y squared. So kunin daw natin si y squared. Then we have the xy uli. Yan, kunin lang natin. So xy, so ito, so x times y. Then we have the y squared. So 35 squared. And we have 64 kasi 8 squared. Then, syempre, iyan na lang natin yan. Yan. So, mas mabilis. So, drag na lang natin. So, kaya, nag-excel na lang tayo para at least kahit wala kayong calculator, mabilis natin siya makukompute. Okay? So, kinuha natin. Then, kunin lang natin yung summation. So, summation is basically is the total. So, total lang naman ng value natin. Okay? So, syempre, para i-total yan, so gamitin na lang natin si sum. So, syempre, we have the sum. Yan. So, sum lang naman tayo. So, sum content. So, ang summation nito ay 321. So, syempre, drag na lang natin to get the formula. Ayan. Yan. So, we have summation. So, summation just simply the total. 73. We had 3142. And we have 14,111. And we have 730. Yan. So, nakuha na natin yung mga value. Diba? So, nakuha natin yung summation ng y. We have the summation of x, summation of xy. We have the summation of x squared. And we also have the summation of y squared. Then, tsaka na lang natin i-apply yung value. So, i-apply lang natin yung value. Where is n is the number of variable. So, ilang variable yan? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, we have 8 variables. So, ano lang tayo naka-prism lang tayo So, dito mag-n lang yan. Rejoin na lang kayo dito. So, we have 8. So, 8 times lang naman natin yan kay xy. So, ano yung xy natin? So, xy. So, 8 times xy. So, nakita naman natin dyan xy, which is 3142 minus the summation of x, which is 321. 73, sorry. 73 times the summation of y, 321. Okay? So, yan lang yan. Okay? Okay? So, ipa-plot lang natin. So, ipa-plot din natin yung mga content. Okay? So pag na-plot na natin yung mga content, so ito na. So kinuha natin yung variable x, y, variable y squared, then x squared. We have the summation of different content, summation x, summation y, summation x squared. Then i-apply lang natin dun sa formula. So this is our formula. And summation of xy minus summation of x times y over the square root of quantity x and times summation of x squared minus summation of x quantity summation x squared times n quantity summation y squared minus quantity summation of squared. Diba? So, yan. So, then i-apply lang natin yung yan. So, nakuha natin yung sagot. Then, i-apply na lang natin yung value. Yan. So, nakuha natin. So, n which is 8. Then, we have the summation of xy minus summation of x times summation of y. So, ito yung nakuha natin. Yan. So, para makita lang natin. Yan. Over n is 8. So, summation of x squared is 713 minus the quantity summation of x squared, 73 squared, times ulit 8 summation of y squared minus the square root of y. Yan. So, then tinotal lang naman yan. So, makukuha natin ay 0.886. So, R is also equivalent to 0.886. So, relatively strong positive linear association between X and Y. So, ibig sabihin, magkalapit lang yung variable X natin kay variable Y. So, tingnan natin, there are strong relationship between variable X and variable Y. Sabi natin, kapag positive, strong positive linear association. So, kapag negative, strong linear negative. Kapag closer to 0, almost 0, that is no relationship at all. So, ganun lang. So, in-apply lang natin yung value. Okay? So, in-apply lang natin yung content natin. Okay? So, naggumawa lang muna tayo ng table, which is itong table. So, kinumpit lang natin yung value for the X and Y. Okay, so para ngayon, kunin natin itong variable na to without calculation. So, gagamitin lang natin ay si Microsoft Excel. Yan. So, pinakita lang natin yung manual content natin. So, ngayon, kukumpitin natin siya using Microsoft Excel. Okay? Make sure, pag chinek nyo sa Microsoft Excel, meron kayong data. So, check nyo lang kung meron kayong data. So, syempre, lahat naman, for the Microsoft Excel, meron data menu. At mayroon kayong data, makikita nyo itong data analysis. Pero pag wala kayong data analysis, halimbawa sa data menu, wala kayong data analysis. Ayan. So, hanapin nyo lang po ang data analysis sa File, More, Options. Ayan. So, ulitin natin ha. So, sa Microsoft Excel nyo, sa data menu, hanapin nyo itong data analysis. So, kung wala kayong data analysis, so punta lang kayo sa File. Ayan. So, punta lang kayo sa File, More, Option. So, hanapin nyo lang yung option. Okay, so hanapin nyo yung option sa inyong content. Then, hanapin lang tong add-ins. Ayan, hanapin lang tong add-ins. And add-ins. Then, hanapin nyo tong analysis toolpath. Okay. Ayan, so make sure dapat meron. Or kung wala, punta dito sa add-ins, go. Okay. So, add-ins. So, hanapin nyo tong manage. Ayan, hanapin nyo lang tong Excel add-ins, tapos go. Dapat i-check nyo lang tong toolpath. So, ulitin natin ha. File, More, Options, Add-ins. So, kung meron, makikita nyo naman dito na active na siya. Or kung wala, sa add-ins, dito sa baba, Manage Add-ins. So, piliin nyo lang yung Excel add-ins. Go. Then, make sure i-check nyo lang tong Analysis Toolpath. Then, okay. Then, makikita nyo na yan dito. So, sisend ko din dito sa sa ano natin, sa group chat natin sa Facebook na lang yung steps. Okay? Yeah, so yung na-compute natin sa kanya is 0.886. So ngayon, hanapin natin siya sa pamamagitan ng Microsoft Excel. So, for example, na-add yun na. So we have data analysis. Hanapin lang sa data analysis natin si regressions. We have the regressions. Then click nyo lang OK. Then kunin nyo yung input ng Y range. Ano ba yung Y natin? So click nyo lang to. Siyempre kasama yung header for the Y. So click nyo lang yan. Siyempre hindi kasama yung summation ha. Yung header lang na Y ang kasama nyo. Then yung variable ni X. Yan. Then pindutin lang yung label. So para magka-labels tayo. So sabi lagi natin di ba, always check the label. So para alam natin yung mga classification natin. Then click mo lang yung output range. Click mo lang to. So click mo lang siya dito anywhere in your screen. Click lang ulit. Then lagay lang natin tong residuals for the verifications. Then click nyo lang OK. Then mapapansin nyo magkakaroon siya ng summary content. Then ito na yung summary content natin. Ayan. Ang liit naman. So yan. So ito yung residual content natin. So di ba na-solve natin kanina? So na-solve natin ay R is 0.886. Ngayon, dito sa Excel, so makikita nyo yung summary output natin. So for our summary output, you can see multiple R. So makikita natin mga summary content natin. So papansin nyo meron kayong multiple R. Multiple R, ito yung correlations natin. So ito yung nagbe-measure ng relationship between the content. So makikita nyo we have 0.8862,312. So nina-solve natin kanina which is 0.886. So dito, ma-solve natin siya meaning there are correlations. There are strong positive correlation between variable X and variable Y. Okay? So ito lang yung importante dito, yung correlations natin. Okay, then ano pa yung meron dyan? We have the R. So ito naman, the R is indicated for the coefficient of determination, which means ito indicator ng goodness. Goodness of fit, ibig sabihin medyo magkakalapit lang yung mga value content natin. Okay, and then we have the adjusted square. So based on the independent variable. Ito yung error analysis yan. Okay, kung how the precisions ng analysis natin. Then observation, ilan ino-observe nyo? 8. Number of given variables yan. Then, ayan, we have the regression, ayan, which is 1. So, isa-isa naman natin yan. Mga sobra, then the total. Then, ito ngayon, titingnan nyo ngayon is yung intercept. So, makita naman natin yung intercept value, which is yung variable Okay, share ko yung steps. Wait lang. Dito na lang sa Facebook para ma-download nyo. Medyo nag-hang kasi yung sending files. Dahil kasi nakabukas na tapak. Wait lang. Yan. So, send ko lang yung ano, yung step to open yung or to add the analysis. So, yung data analysis natin. Wait. Saan tayo? Desktops. Calculating and display. Calculating and displaying regressions. Yan, so sinend ko dito sa FB yung ano, yung steps. Okay. So ito yung content natin. Yan. So ginawa lang natin ay, so kinumpit lang natin. So hanapin lang natin yung relationship o yung correlation between the variable x and the variable y. Which is ang variable x will be the, ayun na-send ko na yung sa ano natin. So the x variable is our independent variable. So bulhin na lang natin muna to. So ulitin lang natin yung steps. Yan. So delete. Insert. Ano? So insert. Control. Okay. So we have the, so kinumpit lang natin yung mga content, diba? So pag ima-manual natin, so ito yung gagawin natin. So for manual content, so syempre kukunin lang natin yung mga nasa coefficient natin. So kukunin lang natin yung laman ng formula. Yan, so kukunin lang natin yung summation ng xy, summation ng x, summation ng y, summation ng x squared, tsaka summation ng y squared. So pag manual computation, ganito lang yung gagawin natin. So xy, y squared, then x squared. Then syempre kunin lang natin yung sum ng bawat variables. Yan. So kinuha lang natin. So sa Excel, so mas mabilis siya. So hindi na natin kailangan ng calculator. So ang x variable natin is yung trunk diameter, which is this is independent kasi nakadepende yung trunk diameter natin sa height, kaya si y ang ating dependent variables. So nung manual computation natin siya using this formula, so nakuha natin yung relationship nila between 0.886. So meaning they are relatively strong positive linear association between x and y. So nakuha na natin yung relationship. Then so mayroon tayo Excel output, diba? So yan, so nandito naman yan. So ano yun natin ngayon? So using Excel na lang, so para mas mabilis tayo. So ganun na, sinend ko na naman yung steps. So punta lang tayo sa data analysis. So make sure na-add nyo na siya. So file, more, options. add-ins, tapos manage Excel add-ins, hanapin lang yung manage Excel add-ins, go. Then piliin lang yung toolpath natin, yung analysis toolpath, then click OK. Then balik ulit kayo sa data, so makikita niyo itong data analysis. So ngayon, dito sa data analysis, so click lang, hanapin lang si regressions. Ayan, regression. Okay, then may magpa-prompt dyan na hanapin daw natin yung input po yung Y range. So input lang natin, si-click lang natin to. Then select lang natin si Y kasama yung header. Yan, pinalitan ko na lang yung yung variable natin para mas mabilis nyo makita yung output. Then yung variable for the X. So kasama yung header. So sinama natin yung header para at least makita nyo yung mga content natin. Ayan. So piliin natin yung mga yan. Then, so always check the label. So syempre para makita natin yung mga headers nitong X and Y. The output range naman natin kung saan nyo gustong i-display. So we have the residuals or residuals para makita lang natin yung difference between the predicted and the actual value. So ito lang, siya lang yung pipiliin natin. Then click lang natin, okay. Then automatically, so i-display niya na yung output natin. Yan, so medyo maliit lang yung output natin. Yan. So, makikita nyo dito yung regression statistics natin or the summary output. So, para makuha lang natin yung regression natin, so hanapin nyo lang tong si multiple R. So, multiple R, ito yung nagdi-determine ng strength ng relationship natin. Okay, so ito si multiple R will determine the strength of your relationships. Yan. Sana all. Ganyan. Then, so pwede nyo naman i-summary yan or pwede nyo naman siyang i-determine kung gusto nyo. Kung sa, obviously, that ano yan, 3 variables lang naman tayo. Okay. So still makuha mo pa rin naman dyan pag ano mo 1, which is consider pa rin siya as positive. Okay, pero ano lang tayo, which is yung exact value na lang tayo. So kung ano na lang yung ano dyan, kukunin nyo lang is yung 3 variables. So 3 decimal places. So kaya nakuha si 0.886. Yan, so nakuha natin 0.886. So meaning, 1 o positive number, so meron tayong strong positive relationship between the variable X and the variable Y. Yan, nakuha natin. Then ano pa dito, which have the R is for the determinations, which is used as the indicator of the goodness of it. Yan. Then we have the adjusted content. Yan. So ang purpose lang naman yan is based on the independent variable. Pwede ka mamili dyan is either yung R squared or yung adjusted. So halos same lang din naman yan. Then with standard error naman indicated for goodness of fit measure that show the precision. Yan, kung precise ba yung ating analysis. Then yung observation natin is the number of variables. Okay, yan. So nakita natin regression, ayan. Yung mga sum of square, mean square. Actually, iba na to, ibang content naman to. So ito lang kukunin natin. Ayan. So ito yung mga analysis. Ang kailangan natin sa analysis, itong multiple R. So i-highlight lang natin. Ito lang yung kailangan natin, si multiple R. So para ma-determine natin. So yan na ang kailangan natin. Tsaka, then check naman natin ngayon yung coefficient natin kung kung nag-meet ba sila or hindi. Okay? So we have the trunk diameter. So ang coefficients ng trunk diameter ay 4. Ayan. Then ito yung mga relationship. Ito yung makikita lang naman natin, standard, theta, p-value, law. So actually, lahat ng content ng statistics, so makikita nyo na dito for the regressions. Pero ang kailangan lang natin dyan is yung summary ni multiple R. Ayan, so yun lang. So nakuha na natin without solving this one. Then after that, gawa ka na lang ng diagram. Okay, so gawa ka na lang ng diagram. So hanapin mo lang yung Sa chart mo, hanapin mo na lang yung scatter diagram. Okay, so gawa ka lang ng scatter diagram. So gawa lang tayo ng scatter diagram. So ito yung steps na meron na rin naman dito sa sinend ko sa inyo. Okay? So hanapin nyo lang syempre yung mga scatter diagram. So mga value na scatter diagram. Syempre highlight muna natin. Then insert scatter diagram. Yan. So makikita nyo yung scatter diagram natin. Ayan. So ito na yung nakuha natin. So we have the variable x, variable y. So syempre ipa-plot mo lang naman yan. So this is variable x and this is the variable y. So kung ano yung value dito, so ipa-plot lang naman natin yung mga certain content. Okay? Ayan. So pwede mo naman i-arrange na lang din yan. Kasi na natin yung y. So palitan, pwede naman natin palitan yan. So mauna yung variable x, variable y. Ayan. So positioning variable x, variable x kasi inuna ko lang din naman yung y. Wala naman din po problema doon. So we have the insert, scattered. Ayan. So we have 8. Ayan. So this is variable x, 8. Ayan. Meron siyang 35. Ayan. So 35. So pa-plot nyo lang naman yan. Ayan. So tapos lagyan nyo na lang naman ng mga axis. So para maka-indicate yan. Then syempre, so x-axis. So itong axis na to, this is syempre dito yung y. So lagay nyo lang naman dyan. Syempre, we have the tree height. IGHT. Then the x-axis is for the trunk diameter. Trunk diameter. Ayan. Then, syempre, mag-add lang uli kayo. So, piliin nyo lang itong trend line. Yan. So, yung trend line, so para makita nyo lang yung buhit. O yung makita lang natin yung linear regressions. Yan, yung mga linear regression natin. So, you can also, the data labels, makita mo yan, the error bars. So, we have some legends. Yan. So, dito, ito yung linear natin. So, dito natin makikita yung indicated for the relationship. Okay, yung mga relationship content natin. Okay? So, hanapin nyo din naman sa thread line. So, pwede nyo makita ito ibang mga options content. So, marami pa namang options na pwedeng gawin natin dyan. Okay? Then, so sa mga option, so di ba sa thread line, so depende yan, pero makikita nyo naman yan sa charts nyo. Okay, so pag click nyo naman yung chart, makikita nyo tong plus value na to, yung mga plus option na yan. O kung ano mga pwede natin dagdag. Then sa thread line, hanapin nyo naman sa thread line, syempre more options. Then hanapin nyo lang yung mga display. Ayan, yung mga display content natin. Ayan. Yung mga intercept. Yan. So, pwede naman yan. Which is, papakita lang din naman niya yung mga na-compute natin. Yan. So, sa formula kasi for the y, so para makuha natin yung formula for the y, actually, may mga formula content naman tayo dyan for manually. So, ito yung formula for the y. Ayan. So, so we have variable x. Siyempre, yung variable x natin, si diameter. Then we have b. So, a is the y-intercept. Y-intercept. Ito yun. So, y-intercept is 4.51. So, y-intercept, ayan o, 4.51. Then, yung b, yung slope, Hanapin lang natin yung slope content. Okay? Yan. So yung mga value dito, ayan. So makikita na yan natin dito. Yung r squared natin is ito. So this is the r squared. Then yung bx, so yung b yung slope natin. So 4.51. So yung b yung slope natin, which is itong intercept na yan. Yan. Tapos ito yung negative, kaya naging minus 1.314x. So yung bx kasi natin is ito. Okay? Yan, where x. Yan, where x is the independent variable, y is the dependent variable. So kita, i-ano lang natin. Okay. Yan, so x is dependent, y is dependent. Ayan, sa formula natin. A is the y-intercept. So ito yung ay. Ano ba yung y natin? Si trunk, ay C3. So ayan. So ito kunin natin to si y, ito si x. Yan. Then b is the slope of regression line, which the rate of change for y as change as x. So ito. So habang nagbabago daw yung trunk diameter, so nag-intercept siya. So ito, which is kaya naging negative siya. Yan. Then, tapos na ang yung regression. So dito, sa pamagitan niyan, so pwede ka nang gumawa ng assumption. So pwede ka nang gumawa ng assumption. So based dun sa mga sa data content natin. Diba? So check mo na lang what will be the estimated value. So kukumpitin mo lang din naman yan. Okay, so kukumpitin lang natin yung value content natin. Okay? So ang value content natin, so syempre nakadepende na yan dun sa mga values na nakuha mo on the content. So ilan ba yung value ng x dyan? So ang value ng x natin will be what? Based on the given content. Okay? So ang variable x natin, ilan ba yung variable x natin will be 8. So 4.541.3 times x minus 3. Yan. So dun natin ma-indicate na kung base dun sa dataset natin, ano na yung mangyayari. So doon ka nagagawa ng conclusions. Okay. Yan. So nasusundan po ba? So ginawa lang natin lahat yan sa pamamagitan ng una, manual. So minanual lang natin para ma-apply yung formula. Yan, para ma-apply ito. Or pwede na kayong gumamit ng Excel. Yan, para makuha yung R natin. So pwede mo lagay mo na dyan, R is equivalent to 0.886. So dito pa lang, pag nakuha mo na yan, so pwede ka nang gumawa ng some conclusion. So meron tayong strong positive relation between the trunk diameter to trunk diameter and tree height. Yan. So ito yung pagmamanual. So nakuha na natin siya sa manual. So makita natin na may relationship between, ibig sabihin, nagbabago yung trunk diameter natin, nakadepende sa height. Okay, so nakadepende tayo dun sa height. Okay. Then after that, pag gumawa ka naman ng scatter diagram para makita lang natin, we have, syempre, i-highlight mo lang yung table. After you highlight the table, punta ka lang sa insert. Sa mga chart nyo, hanapin nyo lang si scatter diagram. So, hanapin nyo lang yung scatter diagram natin. Then, based on the scatter diagram, so magdagdag ka lang ng mga options. So, sa mga diagram nyo, hanapin nyo lang tong plus sign na yan. Then, syempre, lagyan nyo lang sila ng mga labels such as yan, axis, chart title. Yan. Data labels if you like. Syempre, huwag kalimutan itong si trend line. So, si trend line kasi siya yung mag-indicate ng ating relationship. Yan. Kaya siya naging linear para makita nyo na linear siya na straight lang. So, that is trend line. Then, sa option ng trend line, hanapin nyo lang yung more options. Hanapin nyo lang tong display equation on chart and display R value. Then, close lang natin. Then, obviously, ito, makikita na natin yung formula nitong y is equivalent to bx plus 8. So, ito naman, formula na yan, syempre ito yung magdidetermine din ng relationship natin. So, dito rin naman magdidetermine ng tinatawag dyan ng linear regression equations. Okay? So, ginagamit siyang for predictions. Okay? So, yung mga formula content natin. And after that, hindi pwede na natin siyang, pwede mo na siyang i-solve yung mga content natin. Okay? Yan. So, nasusundan po ba ako? Do you have any questions po ba? O paano natin nakuha dito sa Microsoft Excel yung mga values natin? So, nandyan naman po sa chat box natin kung paano po maglagay ng mga options na yan. Depende po sa version ng inyong Microsoft Excel. Okay? Kasi sa akin, 365 kasi to baka medyo nag-iiba tayo dito sa charts. Pero halos pare-parehas lang din naman yan. Pag sa mga chart, pag may lumabas na chart, hanapin nyo na lang din naman tong chart design tsaka yung format. Ha? Yung mga format content. Tapos ito yung mga elements na pwede mo. Dito sa chart design, hanapin lang tong chart element. Ayan. Yung mga elements natin or sa layout. Yan. Axis, titles, data labels, legends. Ayun, thread line. So, hanapin nyo lang naman yung thread lines. Which is, ang pipiliin nyo is yung linear. Or, obviously naman, click nyo na lang naman yung plus sign natin. Then, makukuha nyo na yung mga linear content natin. Okay? Yan. So, may questions po ba? Nasusundan naman po ba ako? Or kung ayaw nyo ng chart, so we have the formula naman. So we have the linear regressions. So kunin nyo lang naman yung variable x and variable y. Yan. So variable y, comma, variable x. So ayan. So yun din. So nakuha nyo na yung formula. Ayan o. So we have, this is for the a and y. So 4.51. Ayan. Then negative 1.3. So nakuha nyo na yung mga regression content. Okay? So kung ayaw nyo gamitin tong, kung para kun nyo tong regression na yan, so itong formula natin, yung regression. So pwede tayong gumamit ng mga formula. So send ko na lang yan later on. So ang formula natin, we have the linear regression. So lineness. Okay. Lineness natin, lineness. Nakita known variable y. So we have the known variable y. Comma, then known variable x. Then close. Yan. So meron ka ng A. So ito yung A natin. Ito yung sa B. Okay. Ayan. Then ano pa pwede natin kunin? So, syempre, pwede natin gamitin yung mga intercept functions. I-ano ko na lang dito ha para makita nyo. Which is send ko na lang yan later on. So we have the regression formula. So yung formula natin ay ito, di ba? So this is the regression formula. So ngayon ito yung B. Ito yung A. Okay, so ginamit natin yan. So yung formula, meron tayong formula. So yung formula natin, we have the lineness. It's equal sign, we have the lineness. Lineness. Then variable x, variable y, comma, variable x. So select nyo lahat yung variable x, tsaka select nyo lahat yung variable y. Okay, so variable y muna, then variable x. So for the regression formula. Then para makuha naman natin yung mga, kung gusto mo makuha yung manually, yung mga intercept naman. Kung gusto mo isa-isa lang, we have A. Kunin lang natin yung intercept. So ang gagamitin lang naman natin dito na formula for intercept. Ganun pa rin, equal sign, we have the intercept. Ayan. Kung ayaw nyo gamitin to, ayan, makita nyo naman dito, intercept, ayan na. So kung ayaw nyo gamitin yung chart, so pwede naman kayo. Ito yung mga other options lang ha. So ganun lang din, variable x, variable y. So gamitin lang natin, equal sa intercept. Siyempre yung variable x, so variable y, tapos variable x. So yun lang din, so negative. So, diba? So isa-isa. Isa-isa mo lang din silang makukuha. Or kung gusto mo naman kunin naman si B, so si B naman, pag gusto mo kunin si B, ito si B, so that is equivalent naman sa, ganun lang din, equal sign slope. Slope naman, tapos same lang din. Same lang din. So equal sign slope, known variable y, comma, known variable x. Ayan, so 4. Okay? Ayan. So yan naman pag gusto mo siyang manual. Pero syempre, mas mabilis, ito na lang. Diba? So mas mabilis lang kapag gumamit lang tayo ng data analysis, regression, then automatically makukuha nyo na yung coefficients natin. Ayan, makukuha na yung coefficients, which is yung multiple R. Then makukuha mo na yung formula natin for the slope. Ayan. So ito yung mga gagamitin lang natin. Ito, tsaka ito. Ayan. Then after that, gawa ka lang ng chart. So gawa ka ng chart. So ang chart natin should be a scattered diagram. Ayan. So piliin lang scattered. Pero syempre, piliin muna yung ating tables together with the header. Ayan. So together with the header. Then punta sa charts. Hanapin lang si scattered. Then after that, mag-add lang kayo ng mga options or add-ons. Yan. So plus. Dagdag ko na lang kayo ng mga elements. So it's up to you. Kung ano mga elements na gusto natin. Yan. So X and Y. Siyempre, we have the thread line. Ito yung importante, si thread line. Check nyo lang. Then, more options. ilagay nyo lang yung display equation on chart. So, i-click nyo lang yan parehas. Then automatically, i-display niya na yung formula ng iyong regressions. Okay? So, ganyan na naman kadali ang regressions sa paggamit ng Microsoft Excel. Then sa pamagitan niyan, so pwede ka nang mag-assume. So, pwede na tayong mag-assume ng mga certain content based dun sa formula natin. Na there's a coefficient or there's a relations between a value. Okay? May questions po ba? Do you have any question? So, wala naman po bang tanong? So, tapos, lastly, ayan. So, para makuha mo lang tong regression formula mo, then nakuha mo na yung slope. Yan. So, ito ngayon, lastly, para makuha mo na tong mga prediction mo. So, i-apply mo na lang na y. So, apply na lang natin. So, equal sign. Si B, yan, si B. Ta-times down natin sa value ng x. Anong value ng x mo? Which is yung trunk diameter. So, initially, kahit alin na trunk diameter dyan, for example, si 6, 7, kung kahit alin dyan na trunk diameter, for example, diba? So, ito, times down natin sa trunk diameter mo, for example, 8, ima-minus natin dito sa slope. Yan. So, minus the slope daw, yan. Okay? Plus natin, ay mag-plus. Plus daw natin dito. Yeah, so initially, nakuha mo na yung ano natin, variable na y, ayan, 35. Nakuha mo na yung variable na y, 35, ayan. So, pwede kang gawin mo itong 7. 7 ay, ayan, 21. Yung mga initial prediction content. Yan, yung mga prediction content natin yan, ha? Yung mga prediction content. Okay. I-apply mo na lang yan. Okay? So, ganun lang din kadali para makuha. So, kunin mo na yung variable ng B, variable ng A, variable ng X naman natin. Ito yung mga given content naman natin. Okay, then based dyan, so, pwede ka na magkaroon ng mga estimated value. Estimated value lang naman. Na kung trunk height mo, for example natin, kung trunk height mo is 8, yan, kung trunk height mo is 8, makakakuha tayo ng estimated value na 30, 5.16 na pinakamalapit yan sa actual size natin na 15. So ganun lang naman. So pag bawa kung ang diameter mo daw ay 6. So kung diameter mo ay 6, so pwede tayo makakuha ng estimated na 25. Estimated lang naman to makuha, estimated. Pero nakuha mo actual sa 6 ay 33. Yeah, so pwede kaya nga tinawag siyang prediction. So regression analysis. So kunin mo naman si halimbawa, variable na I mo is 9. So 9. So 39. Ano nakuha mo? 49. So ito ay estimated lamang yung pagkuha dito ng Y. Okay? So yan. So medyo nakuha na natin lahat ng value natin. So ito yung Y. Ito yung X. Diba? So nakuha na natin yung mga certain content. Okay? Ayan. So naintindihan po ba? May tanong po ba? So yung mga steps, so sisend ko yan later on. kung paano nakuha together with the definitions ng mga certain content natin. Okay? So, yes, recorded naman po yung session. So, don't worry. Tawag dito. I-combine ko na lang muna siya. Tapos, pwede kong isend sa inyo. Okay? Ayan. Tapos, later on, magsisend lang ako ng assignment. Okay, so may question? So, ulitin natin. We have so kahit hindi na kayo gumawa ng ng ganito na normal. So gagawin lang natin. So ayan. So punta agad kayo kay data, data analysis, regression. Okay. Piliin yung variable y together with the header. Then piliin yung variable x together with the header. Then, pindutin lang yung labels, output, tsaka residual para makita lang natin yung mga elements. Then, yung output range natin. Then, okay. Kaya, then kunin lang tong variable na to. Tapos, ito yung letter B. Ay, ito yung letter A. Ito yung letter B. Okay, ito yung mga value natin. So, yan lang yung dalawa na kailangan natin. Then, after that, gawa ka na ng chart. Scattered. So, syempre, highlight muna natin. Chart. Scattered. Then, we have plus thread line. Yan. Options for the thread line. More options. And hanapin lang. Then, tapos na ang ating regressions. Okay po. Ayan. So, do you have any questions po ba? Okay. So, kung wala ng question, isisend ko na lang yung link for the video tsaka yung steps. Okay po. So, kung wala na pong question, so mag-end na po ulit siya. So, thank you po. Bye-bye. See you ulit on
Thank you,
Thursday.
sir.
See you.